Today on the Hangout, do the Raptors fear Giannis and the Deer? Also, guess who's back? LeBron's got to go up against Lance in the playoffs, and we got a series that will determine MVP. Hangout! Basketball fans, it is official, like a referee with a whistle. The NBA regular season has come to a close, and with that said, it's time to begin the playoff march. I'm Akil Augustine. This is the Hangout coming to you from the Air Canada Center, and the next three gentlemen you hear from will be the experts doling out their version of NBA knowledge. You know him, you love him. As the producer of the Toronto Raptors broadcast, he is currently blaspheming by wearing Toronto Maple Leafs gear on our show, but we are showing support to our brothers for once. Stand witness, Leafs are in the playoffs. Dan Gladman.
Blaspheme. What, you wore Toronto FC last week. We love all our teams. Go Leafs.
Okay, all right. And speaking of wearing odd things on television, that dude McFly, the host of one of the hottest podcasts on the internet, Extra Gravy, is wearing do-rags on TV.
Best Harvey's commercial in Canada going to.
Hey, you should have got a bowl. That's all I got.
Love that spot.
Should have got a bowl.
All right, and a.k.a. Herschel Dershowitz, birth name William Strickland, everyone's favorite basketball prognosticator. How you doing, buddy?
Trying to maintain, daily ops. It is what it is.
All right, well, let me just roll the ball out here. The Toronto Raptors have drawn the 6th-ranked Milwaukee Bucks of Milwaukee. What are your expectations of this series? McFly.
Saying Raptors in 5.
Okay, we didn't even ask that yet, but okay.
Bold.
That's that simple for me.
You really don't think the Bucks have it?
I think we'll drop one, but yeah, I really don't think the Bucks have it. Without Jabari Parker there anymore, like I haven't
Totally
seen the same
disagree with
team.
you. They're actually better with Chris Middleton, who's come back like.
But when did he come back? When did he come back?
All three.
When did he come back?
Wait, it doesn't matter. If anyone's the comeback player of the year, this dude had his hamstring torn off the bone and came back in the same season and has contributed to this team. Jason Kidd is one of the smartest coaches in the league. He has one of the smartest young point guards in Malcolm Brogdon.
A little early for the hyperbole.
He's
He's one of the best coaches in the league, Jason Kidd.
Absolutely.
He's up there with Popovich.
I said he's one of the best coaches. I didn't say he was Popovich. There's a difference, right? But what I'm saying is I think that...
Carlisle.
Pardon?
Rick Carlisle.
He is. He's a wizard.
We can't...
Rick Carlisle's a wizard.
Right?
Hold on, wait. I want to probe into something.
But
Will
you're going
said.
somewhere else.
Will, hold on, wait. You said that this team is better without Jabari Parker. You believe that?
Right now, they are. I think that when you can't trust that a guy, I mean, it's not his fault that he gets injured. But at a certain point, you have to cast your lot and say, okay, this is where we're going to go. This is how we're going to proceed. And right now, this team, with Giannis, with Chris Middleton, with Malcolm Brogdon, they're building like the core team that they're going to have for the next 3-4 years. And I think they're better with Chris Middleton.
But my point is that they are very young and they don't have that playoff experience. And they're not, without Parker there as a part of like their core, I don't think that they can do it in the playoffs.
Dad, no one's mentioned, like he just mentioned Giannis,
I didn't say they were going to
Giannis
lose.
Antetokounmpo.
Well, yeah,
He's a superstar. He's
Giannis is a superstar, and he's going to do what he does. I do think Middleton is the player the Raptors really have to watch out for.
PJ.
We know that Antetokounmpo is going to do what he does. But to say that they're a better off team with Parker because the fear that he might get injured in the series, Lowry could get injured.
That's not the basis of the
They
fear.
would be a better
It's about
team if Parker
continuity.
was there.
Of course. I mean, you have a quality player, but if you can't count on him every year and you don't know what's going to happen, he's out there playing fragile and thinking about the knee, because that's what he said after he got injured again, then you're not going to have a quality player in the playoffs that you need.
So we're talking about a 7-game series right now. They don't have them. They're worse off for it.
With that being said, KD has gotten injured a lot more times with his legs. Would the Warriors go in there with the
talking
thinking
about
that?
Kevin Durant versus
All
Jabari Parker?
right.
Well, Kevin
Before we
Durant's
change
going to do what
focus-
he does in the playoffs.
Before we
Don't do it
change
to
focus,
yourself.
let me ask you guys this. The Raptors 3-1 against the Bucks in regular season, but the question we're moving into this series with is, who's going to guard Giannis? Who are you sicking on him? That's a problem right there.
You do it by committee. You definitely do it by committee, whether it's Anthony Leon Tucker Jr., which is his name.
You struggled to get that one out, though.
Anthony Leon Tucker Jr.
Okay, there
Is
you
that
go.
Oh,
better?
PJ Tucker.
Yeah,
Mark Carroll.
what everyone else calls him.
And on occasion, you will see them, and this is why I talked about Jason Kidd. In the playoffs, coaches are sadistic to a degree. It's a lot of pick and roll, and they pick on a guy in the playoffs.
Yep.
And they will pick on Kyle Lowry. They will pick on DeMar DeRozan. They don't want DeMar DeRozan on the court, so they're going to put him in pick and roll as much as they possibly can to have him switching off on Chris Middleton
Get us in
or
foul trouble.
Giannis to get him in early foul trouble. And if you start to think more about how you're going to keep DeMar DeRozan out of foul trouble as opposed to playing your game, you're going to be in trouble.
Okay, but
Ask the
look-
Golden
wait,
State Warriors from
wait,
last
Giannis is most dangerous on the break. If they can find a way to get him to take a lot of
transition.
jump shots, I don't think they're going to fear him that much.
Okay, now let me throw something else out there. You touched on it earlier. Who holds the advantage in the coaching matchup here? You got Jason Kidd on one side and the coach that kind of helped him get his championship, Dwayne Casey, when he was with the Mavs. Dan?
And it is a great question, and it is something, it's an intangible that has to be assessed. And between the two of them, Kidd has the advantage because they won the Brooklyn series.
Yep.
But I can't put Kidd up in the pantheon of top coaches in the league yet today.
He's one of the best. I didn't say he was in the
But-
Okay,
but in
I
this-
don't even
but in
have
this
him, I don't
instance,
think I would
this
have him in the top
specific
10.
instance.
Right now, I think Casey has the edge. I think Casey's done a hell of a job in these last 2 months. The Raptors were starting to stumble. He got them back to a level,
five.
and he's got some of his guys, and they're playing defense. And they have the experience of winning 2 Game 7s last year. Right now, I do give a slight edge to Casey.
Yeah, Casey's defense is what's gonna reign supreme, and I feel like the guys they're tighter now. Like there's a camaraderie there that I haven't seen before.
Buy-in.
You saw that video that surfaced of Dwayne Casey talking after the Serge Ibaka punch.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it was a brotherhood more
Yeah.
than just like a coach talking to guys.
Quickly, wait, I got to close on this. I got one
Okay.
last question. We got to close on this. I'll start with you, Will. How far does this team go in the playoffs now that we know where their starting route is?
Well, they're going to beat Milwaukee, and then they have to face someone that they might not want to face. But when you get to the playoffs, it doesn't matter who it is. You have to go and play. And
I'm
I
asking
think
you how
that
far they're going, not your take on the playoffs in general.
how far are they going?
How far are they going?
At least the first round.
That's a gimme at this point. They're in the first round.
At least the first round.
Well,
right.
at least the second, you have them beating Milwaukee.
Yeah, is that not
Okay,
true?
then at least the
East
second
semis.
round.
All right, so answer the question properly. McFly.
Finals.
Woo!
Yeah.
At conference or
I'm
NBA?
saying since the All-Star break, it's looking like the Raptors are very
Conference or
likely.
NBA?
Conference.
Okay, cool. That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
conference.
So that road goes through Cleveland.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Okay. Shots
Definitely.
fired. Dan?
I try my best to separate my head from my heart on this one, and I just think the door is wide open. I think Cleveland's stumbling. I got the Raptors going to the finals. There, I said it. I gotta say it. Raptors, Golden
that
State
Maple Leaf
Finals.
shirt on.
I know, I'm sorry, it's
still
true.
got
I've worked for the
the
team for
four
16
times
years.
a
I
league,
can't help it.
Proclamation has
This is
been
the year.
made, and with that said, it's time for us to go to our very first commercial break of this playoff preview edition of the Hangout. But news to be noted: Jonas Valanciunas is now a threat from distance, career 1,000% from 23 feet and beyond. Big up, Jonas! JV's gonna be big in the playoffs. We'll be back. This is Hangout.